Beware. Everything is about to change. You won't believe what Pleiadians are about to tell you. There are moments in history when humanity senses that something profound is happening beneath the surface of everyday life. The world may appear normal on the outside, yet inside the minds of millions of people a quiet realization begins to grow. A realization that something about reality itself is beginning to change. Across the planet, people are describing similar feelings. Some say they feel an unusual sense of anticipation. Others describe a deep inner awareness that humanity may be approaching a turning point. Interestingly, these experiences are being reported by people from completely different cultures, backgrounds, and belief systems. Some call it a global awakening. Others call it a shift in consciousness. And within spiritual communities, one particular message has been appearing again and again. A message connected to a distant cluster of stars known as the Pleiades. For thousands of years, the Pleiades star cluster has fascinated humanity. Ancient civilizations looked toward these stars and told stories about them. In Greek mythology, the Pleiades were known as the Seven Sisters. In indigenous traditions around the world, these stars were often connected with spiritual teachers or cosmic ancestors. Even today, modern astronomers continue to study the Pleiades because of their remarkable brightness and beauty in the night sky. But within spiritual traditions, the Pleiades are sometimes associated with something even more mysterious. According to many interpretations, the Pleiadians are described as highly evolved beings who observe Earth's development and occasionally communicate with humanity through intuitive or channeled messages. Whether one interprets these messages symbolically, spiritually, or literally, they often share a common theme. Humanity is approaching a moment of transformation. And according to those who study these messages carefully, the period we are living in now may represent the early stages of a profound shift in human awareness. But before we explore that idea further, we must first understand something important about the time we are living in. Human civilization has reached a unique moment in its history. For the first time ever, nearly every part of the planet is connected through a vast network of communication. Information travels across the world in seconds. Ideas spread faster than ever before. Because of this, humanity is experiencing something unprecedented, a global exchange of knowledge and perspective. People everywhere are asking deeper questions about reality, questions about consciousness, questions about the universe, questions about humanity's purpose. And when enough people begin asking the same questions at the same time, something remarkable begins to happen. Awareness expands. Many spiritual teachers suggest that this expansion of awareness is exactly what humanity is meant to experience during this era. They describe Earth as a planet undergoing a long evolutionary process. Thousands of years ago, human civilization focused primarily on survival. Early societies worked to secure food, shelter, and safety. Over time, humans developed language, agriculture, and organized communities. Eventually, entire civilizations emerged. But as humanity advanced technologically, a new stage of development began to appear. The stage of self-awareness. Human beings began asking philosophical questions about life and existence. Why are we here? What is consciousness? What lies beyond the visible universe? These questions have echoed through human history for centuries. But today, they are becoming more widespread than ever before. And this is where the message attributed to the Pleiadians becomes particularly interesting. According to many interpretations, the Pleiadian message is not about predicting dramatic events or causing fear. Instead, it focuses on something much more powerful: the awakening of human consciousness. These messages often describe humanity as a young civilization that is gradually discovering its true potential. In this view, humanity is not alone in the universe, but part of a vast cosmic ecosystem of intelligent life. Within that larger universe, Many civilizations may exist at different stages of development. Some may be more technologically advanced. Others may be more spiritually advanced. But according to spiritual interpretations, humanity possesses a unique combination of creativity, emotion, and curiosity. These qualities give humanity extraordinary potential. However, throughout history, that potential has often been limited by fear, conflict, and misunderstanding. The Pleiadian message suggests that humanity is now reaching a stage where those limitations can begin to dissolve. This process will not happen instantly. It will unfold gradually as more people begin to expand their awareness and question old assumptions about reality. One of the most fascinating aspects of this transformation is the role of consciousness itself. For centuries, scientists viewed consciousness as something produced entirely by the human brain. But in recent decades, some researchers have begun exploring the possibility that consciousness may be more fundamental than previously believed. Certain physicists and philosophers have even suggested that consciousness could be a basic property of the universe itself. If that idea is true, it would mean that the awareness we experience as human beings is deeply connected to the cosmos. And this concept aligns surprisingly well with many ancient spiritual traditions. For thousands of years, spiritual teachings have described consciousness as something universal, something that flows through all living things. According to the interpretations of the Pleiadian message, humanity is beginning to rediscover this connection. As more people explore meditation, mindfulness, and inner reflection, they begin to notice something remarkable. Their perception of the world begins to change. They may feel more connected to other people, more connected to nature, more connected to the universe itself. This shift in perception can lead to profound changes in how individuals live their lives. Instead of acting purely from competition or fear, people begin acting from cooperation and awareness. This transformation may start within individuals, but over time it can influence entire societies. History shows us that major cultural shifts often begin this way. Small number of people begin seeing the world differently. Gradually, those perspectives spread. Eventually, they reshape entire civilizations. According to the Pleiadian message, humanity may now be entering one of those periods. A period where new ideas about consciousness and human potential begin spreading rapidly. But this transformation will also bring challenges. When old systems begin to change, uncertainty can arise. Institutions that once seemed permanent may evolve or disappear. Social structures may shift. Beliefs that once appeared unquestionable may be reconsidered. For some people, these changes can feel uncomfortable. But according to the message attributed to the Pleiadians, these changes are not signs of collapse. They are signs of growth. Just as individuals evolve throughout their lives, civilizations also pass through stages of development. Each stage brings new opportunities for learning and expansion. And according to this perspective, humanity is approaching a stage where awareness, creativity, and cooperation become increasingly important. In many ways, this transformation is already visible. Around the world, people are exploring new ways of understanding consciousness. Scientists are studying meditation and its effects on the brain. Psychologists are researching empathy and compassion. Technologists are developing tools that connect humanity across continents. These developments may seem unrelated, but together they represent a shift in how humanity understands itself. Instead of viewing life purely as a struggle for survival, many people are beginning to see it as an opportunity for growth and exploration. From this perspective, the message attributed to the Pleiadians becomes less about external events and more about internal transformation. It reminds humanity that the future of our civilization will not be determined solely by technology or politics. It will also be shaped by the level of awareness humanity brings to its decisions. If humanity continues developing wisdom alongside knowledge, the possibilities for the future could be extraordinary. Imagine a civilization that uses its intelligence not only to build machines, but also to deepen understanding between people. Imagine a world where cooperation becomes more powerful than conflict. Imagine a society where creativity and curiosity guide progress. These ideas may sound idealistic, but history shows that human progress often begins with imagination. Every major breakthrough in science, art, or philosophy started as an idea that seemed impossible at first. And according to the spiritual interpretations surrounding the Pleiadian message, humanity is capable of far greater breakthroughs than it currently realizes. But to reach that potential, humanity must first remember something important: the power of consciousness, the ability of human beings to question, learn, and grow, the capacity to look beyond fear and choose curiosity instead. When individuals begin doing this, the collective direction of humanity can begin to shift. And perhaps that is the deeper meaning behind the message that so many people believe the Pleiadians are trying to share. Not a prediction of sudden catastrophe, not a warning designed to create fear, but a reminder that humanity's future has never been predetermined. It is something we create through our choices, our awareness, and our willingness to grow. If enough people begin to recognize this truth, the transformation of our civilization could unfold in ways that previous generations could barely imagine. In that sense, the message is both simple and profound. Humanity is standing at the threshold of a new chapter. And while the path forward may contain uncertainty, it also contains immense possibility. The stars have always inspired humanity to look beyond its limitations. Perhaps the true meaning of the Pleiadian message is simply this: the universe is far larger, far more mysterious, and far more interconnected than we once believed, and humanity is only beginning to discover its place within it. As more people awaken to this understanding, the future of our civilization may become something extraordinary, not because of outside intervention, but because humanity finally recognizes the extraordinary potential that has always existed within itself. And once that realization spreads widely enough, everything truly can begin to change.